Good morning, Fire Tech 123. This is Joey Campos with some breaking news on the Coconut Grove fire of 1942. The first department responding was rescue truck number 1 of the Boston Fire Department. Also, it was followed by 5 other alarms. The date and location was 1942, November 28th, in Coconut Grove Lounge and Nightclub in Boston. The number of personnel responded was 187 firefighters, 26 engine companies, 5 ladder trucks, 3 rescue companies, and 1 water tender. The number of civilian deaths was 486. The number of firefighter deaths was 6. There was a huge hero in this story, which was a sailor who ran in 3 times to rescue people. On his 4th trip in, he happened to collapse and die. Also, there was other service members in the area that ran to the scene to help out with firefighter tactics and strategies. The codes and regulations changed because of this fire. Was a national impact. Doctors learned strategies and treatment of burn victims, and was a standard in hospitals. Also, nationwide, building regulations changed. They put required exit lights, doors that open outwards, and conventional doors next to revolving doors. The point of origin was on the 1st floor. On the ceiling overhead, it was covered in satin. The cause was the lighting of a match by a busboy who wanted to reignite a lamp that was earlier put out. The story, it all started in an elegant nightclub in Boston called the Coconut Grove. That night, they had several fake palm trees on the inside to make it look like a tropical forest. And on the 2nd story, the roof could be open to dance underneath the stars. However, it was not open that night due to outside temperatures. This club was obviously 2 stories. On the 2nd story, the Mickey Alberts band was coming back on for their 2nd set. There were several persons on the dance floor dancing, a lot of people in the dining area, and in the bars surrounding the upper stairs. On the bottom story that night, there was a piano lounge with several bars and tables for people to hang out. How the fire started was a couple wanted some privacy at a table, so they turned the overhead lamp off. And once they were done, they left and the lamp was still off. A bartender noticed this and told the busboy to go reignite the lamp. When he did, he used a match, and that match happened to catch the ceiling on fire. Once the ceiling was on fire, all the people in the crowd on the lower story noticed all the waiters in the corner trying to put out the flames with any surrounding drinks and seltzer water. Only a few blocks away, there was rescue truck number 1 who had just put out an automobile fire and were on the way back to the station when they happened to notice the smoke and flames at the Coconut Grove nightclub. Outside was 28 degrees and dry weather. The fire soon spread across the ceiling at Coconut Grove, and it happened to make its way to a staircase. When it got to the staircase, it mushroomed up and it went to the 2nd story, which right above the staircase was the dining area. The dining area had ignited so fast that when the fire was over and done and investigation was in progress, they noticed that a lot of people in the dining room didn't even get a chance to move. They passed out at the table with their drinks still in their hands. After the dining room, it moved across the dance floor rapidly. Once that had happened, all the personnel that were still alive inside the Coconut Grove had fallen to the floor and made their ways to the walls to find their way out. Several of them got to a back door, and the back door was locked. So they moved their way back to get to another exit over a smoke-filled and dark room covered in debris. A lot of people on the 1st floor tried to find their way out in the revolving door that was in the front. Several of them had made it. Some people had collapsed inside the revolving door, causing it to jam. And once it jammed, people piled up at the revolving door. Others made their way out through any kind of window or any exits that they can find. Once the first rescue truck got on scene, they made their way to the front door, trying to push it open and realizing there were several bodies inside the revolving door. These firefighters tried to pull out these bodies to make a way in. Once they were working on that, other truck companies had came in and they made their way to other exits to find the same issue. People built up on doors that opened inwards. They had closed the door and had it stuck. Once the firefighters got in, they eventually put out the fire with the help of several other brothers and service members. All this information was run by a retired firefighter named Charles Kenny of Harwich County Fire Department, BostonGlobeOnline.com, and FireNews.org. Thank you.